Chattanooga, so we are about 3 hours and some change from the house.
16 minutes.
3 hours, 16 minutes from the house. And
time zone change.
Time zone change, yes. What's going on, Michael? And we just riding, chilling, y'all know how we do.
Just doing what we do.
Just doing what we do. We just came from a pretty long weekend.
Very long.
Eventful.
Since Wednesday.
Since Wednesday, yeah. Very eventful weekend in Virginia. So,
Got my hair did.
yeah, got our hair done and all that kind of stuff. You know how it is. We just traveling. Go ahead, babe.
No, you good.
No, you're good.
You said just traveling.
Just traveling, just traveling. Y'all know how we get down.
Oh, that's funny. So, interesting weekend. So my aunt passed, evidently, and we had some very interesting experiences through this weekend. So we thought we would share it with you guys and open up the floor for you guys to ask us questions if you have any.
That'll work.
But there's a disclaimer.
Zombie trying to ask no illegal questions and asking us to do nothing illegal. Cause we saved in here, baby.
Holiness is still right.
There it is. All right.
So, we were talking about legacy and how important.
Hey, Brittany.
How important legacy is. Hey, Brittany Hardison. What's up, girl? How important legacy is, and how important it is to make sure that the next generation understands the generations before them and all the things that they did. So understanding where your history came from. Mm-hmm. And so we did get to visit my family's cemetery while we were in Virginia, and it's horrible. It was a very nice cemetery. It's on federal property, and the agreement was that our family our family would give the federal government this property if the federal government would maintain our family cemetery. Well, they reneged on that whole situation. But we were able to.
I don't know what's going on.
But we were able to still.
Oh, I see what happened.
Okay.
We good.
All right, but we were still able to spend some time with my mom at the cemetery and see some of the family's headstones. Like my great granddad's there, my grandfather's there, my grandmother's there. It was pretty good. We had a great time as far as that goes. But on the way back, we realized that a lot of the generation that's beneath us and the millennials and some of the others, they have no idea where our family's cemetery is even located. Y'all have those issues?
Thank you, Netta. And I think, like I said, Darren's history to me is just amazing because he just has a very rich history and it goes back so far and they can trace it. And like he said, I think it's important to know for the younger people in our families to know where they came from and to know their heritage. And you're right, Netta, we believe in legacy too. Yeah. You have to know where you come from in order to know where you're going.
That's right.
And I think a lot of nowadays that line has been broken in a lot of families. I did a little research on my family on my mom's side a few years back, but there's still so much more that I want to know about both sides of my family. So
yeah, that's interesting. And so there's a museum where we came from. This is called the Gum Spring Museum, and it's dedicated to the history of our family. Mm-hmm. And so it's interestingly enough that there's only one person that works there. He's in his 70s. And this man grew up with my mom.
Right.
He's in his 70s. And so what happens when he passes away?
Right.
There's no one else to be a museum curator. Mm-hmm. There's no one else to guard the family relics in history, the books and the pictures and there's no one else.
Exactly, Netta. She said our kids need to know our struggles, that we made it through, and know where the strength comes from.
Right. That's good. That's real good.
Absolutely true.
What's that? I remember a couple of years ago when we came to Virginia for the family reunion, and we had that huge tent set up with all the history inside the tent. And I think we spent more time in it than anybody else was there. And my grandmother had 26 kids by herself. So we've got this huge family. The entire park's our family, and nobody's going to visit the tent. Just really sad, right?
Yeah.
So how do we fix that? If somebody has a recommendation on how we fix that, I would appreciate it. It's kind of sad.
It is.
Kind of sad. I mean, we spent time talking to Dominic, Michaela, trying to educate them about these things and trying to make sure they understand. But so they do, but they've got a kind of strange history too. But
she said talk to who is it, Mr. Chase?
Mr. Chase, yeah.
She said talk to him as much as you can and record him. Yeah.
I talked to my cousin Rodney from Buffalo, New York, and my cousin Joyce, before she passed away, she started writing a book based on our family's history, and she passed away. No one picked it up and finished writing the book, and so Rodney said that he's going to talk to Margaret and see if he can get his hands on her transcript.
Hey, Ezra.
So if he gets his hands on the transcript, we can finish that, complete the work, publish that, and then get it out to the family. But there are some books that actually talk about.
What's up, Blue? Steve,
Blue?
That's somebody that, not your cousin.
So there are some books that actually talk about our family history, but it doesn't get in detail.
Yeah.
Even some documentaries on YouTube you can look at, like Venus and George, right?
Right.
And
what Darren's not telling right now, Darren is a direct descendant of George Washington. His family traces all the way back to the point where his family, the cemetery we visited, was given to his family by George Washington. So it goes all the way back to the 1800s and so, and that's why finding out your lineage is very, very important. Very important.
It is. And the cemetery is on Fort Belvoir, and so my frustration is, and that's why I went live at the cemetery, my frustration is that the agreement with the federal government was, and it makes me mad, that the federal government will always ask of you, but they won't do for you, right? So their agreement was they would maintain that property.
Right.
And they haven't. There are tree branches that are down, headstones that have been knocked down by tree branches. I mean, it's covered with leaves. It's just frustrating. And so we don't live there, but the majority of the family's right there. And they don't even know, a lot of them don't even know that the graveyard's there.
Which is sad. Netta said she made a Family Feud game for her family with family history. Ask questions.
Oh wow, that's real good.
That's a good idea.
Like flashcards, something like that.
What's up, Roscoe?
So like she's referring to like flashcards.
Netta, was it like flashcards or?
That's real good. I hadn't thought about that.
That's a good idea. Inbox me on that.
And so one of the challenges we have, I don't know how everybody else's challenges are, but one of the challenges we have is the only time you can really get everybody together is when we have a funeral.
And that's sad.
And even then we still have people that wouldn't come down. We have family as far north as Boston, some in Canada too, but they didn't, but because of work commitments, things like that, everyone can't be there. So how do we get the information to them? How do we reach them? I mean, we've got family Facebook pages.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah. I guess we just living in different. We were more interested in that type of stuff. And the generation now is just not as interested in that type of stuff.
Yeah, isolated too. That's what Lewis and I were talking about. How there are pockets, right? And the family seems like everybody has their clique within the family. We're all the same family, so why would we have cliques within the family?
Within the family, that's crazy.
Like even at our family reunions, there's different sides of our family that are wearing different color family reunion shirts. It makes no sense. Blows my mind.
Right.
You're all the same family. Why does every sect of the family have a different shirt?
That's crazy.
What is that about? I don't know. Yeah. I guess we were the only ones that have that experience.
Well, you know, some other people may have that. You know, just have to some of those things.
It's just strange.
Well, again, we're riding. We taking country questions. Like I said, we throw out a little bit of stuff that happened with our weekend, and you know.
Ask us questions. You have questions?
I got questions for us. Ask away. Ask away. We'll answer them.
Pull back the veil just a little bit. Just a little bit, bro.
Yes. We like these Q&A sessions. What you want to know?
We did a really good one. We did a really good one on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, both of those on Wednesday we did one really good. One lasted for 2 hours. Someone asking a question?
No, she said they had teams and went against each other, and even had a gift for them that won. They used a buzzer for them to hit when they thought they had the right answer. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Oh, because you know you can buy those little buzzer setup things.
Right.
So that's nice.
But how do you teach them before they get there? Because when they get there and they're in the middle of a game, they don't know the answers to any of those.
You
things.
can put a bunch of questions
online or something.
Yeah, and you know y'all have family captains or whatever,
right?
And send it out to the captains and say this is what we about to do.
Good. So front load the answers. That way they have a chance to prepare for it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's real good.
Yeah.
Get on that. As soon as we get on.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
That's really good.
I had you cut off.
I appreciate that.
It said, and all the while the kids are learning their history and will know when the questions come up again. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's real
good. Wow.
Like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, that's really good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So talking to Greg, one of Greg's things is that he wants to, when he retires, he wants to open up a school, you know, for minorities in the area where they reside at,
right,
and teach them their real history,
right,
you know, and it's just amazing. They should be getting taught this real history. I didn't really understand who we were as a family. Wow, that's a strange place to be walking. He's got a smart gun for a restaurant.
We're going to work. Right, you're going to work. That's serious.
Yeah, that's dedication. But you shouldn't have a smart gun, right?
Right.
I was saying I didn't understand our history really until I was around 17 years old, and I have cousins that grew up with me, right there, same area, same school, and I'm sure they have no idea. Mm-hmm. It's just interesting because they always looked at it like mom and all of her sisters were going to put flowers on the cemetery.
Right.
We didn't know where the cemetery was. We had no idea who they were going to see. You know, most of the family didn't care. Yeah. And now they're getting older and they're passing. Most of them are being buried in the cemetery. And so it's just interesting. I know Mom cried yesterday when she went to the cemetery.
Yeah.
Just because how poorly it was being maintained.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
But she said there was a committee, but they just stopped, you know, taking care of it like they.
So what do you do? What do you do except petition the commanding general, right? Yeah. That's all you can do. You can get a petition signed from the family, and then I'm assuming you probably do that online, and then send that out.
Yep.
That's all you really can do, and hope for the best. Or you can establish a committee within the family, go clean the cemetery.
Yep.
Which would probably be easier. Right?
It might be easier that way, but even though like I said, your mom said that they had one, but they just haven't been out there doing it.
Just inactive. They could be getting older. They could be older. Well, yeah. It could be a matter of timing too, right? Yeah. Jobs and things like that. Life happens.
Could be, life happens. So yeah.
We get no questions here. That's strange.
We only got a couple people on here though.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Do you have any questions? Come on, blow us up. What do you have?
Y'all, we left. It was dark this morning because we got up at dark 30, and now
tell them what we woke up to.
Oh
yeah, sorry.
Now we came through sun, and now we're heading back into Tennessee and heading toward Alabama, and it's cloudy. I'm not ready for all of this. We've had sunshine pretty much the whole weekend.
Yeah, it was nice too.
It was pretty nice. But go ahead.
We're talking about Gretchen. So woke up this morning and it was still
Okay.
dark. What's that?
She said their family cemetery is in Clarksville, Texas, and it's still segregated.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Still segregated.
Still segregated. In 2020, a whole new decade. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
That just blew my mind.
I'm over here with my mouth all over. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over my mouth all over everything. Right. Are you kidding?
What's being done about that? Ooh.
It's almost a thing to keep it that way because, you know, at least you know it's just your family there.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, like ours, I mean, there's nobody else there but us.
Right.
It's just only us, really. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Serious.
that's tough. That's a tough one right there.
Wow.
Still segregated in 2020. Texas is a different animal in itself.
This
what do you
is
do about
true.
Texas? Texas is a strange state.
Wow.
It's almost its own country now.
Yeah, you're right about it.
Kind of outrageous. Oh, we're talking about Gretchen. We woke up this morning and, you know, we were getting ready to get on the road. And it's still dark outside. It's like shortly after 5, right? And so we're carrying suitcases downstairs. And we hear a noise downstairs. So we get all the way downstairs. We're about to push to the door. There's my sister in one of her sitting rooms. And she's in full-blown worship.
Yes.
Full-blown worship, you know, just praying and giving God thanks for all that He's done for her, and it's just amazing. You walk into the presence like that, you know, and she's just in there by herself, and she's been up since 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Brittany said she thinks theirs is in Jefferson, Texas. Ooh. And theirs is still segregated too. And so Netta said when they were growing up, they used to go there to theirs in Clarksville every Memorial Day, and they would just clean up the gravesite themselves.
That's good.
I remember I said that probably should be.
You just said that, right?
Yeah. Hey, Ivory.
Hey, cuz. Yeah, I think you did say that.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Maybe that should be something when it comes to the family reunion. Just take a couple of people that want to actually go, and then go out there and then clean up the gravesite, and put flowers and stuff on them.
Down.
Yeah.
Bring some work gloves, some rakes, and some blowers, and some bags.
Yeah, and just clean
fresh
it up.
Flowers, go out there and just clean up the whole cemetery, right?
Right.
That's a great idea.
Love you too, Ivory.
Hey, cousin. I enjoy hanging out with you. We're talking about the family cemetery on Fort Belvoir and trying to get some ideas from everyone else on how they keep their family
Ebony.
up to speed on their family's history. And we're getting some really good ideas.
We went to the cemetery yesterday, Ivory, and well, I don't know if you saw Darren's video yesterday, but it's pretty bad. It's really pretty bad out there. So we're just talking about ideas to maybe clean it up, even though it's supposed to be being maintained by someone else. How to, get the family together to possibly go and clean it up and take care of it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. They got some trees out there that just get ready to fall down. They're completely rotten, you know. They're completely dead trees, and they're sitting right over top of some cemeteries. In fact, our great-grandfather, Daddy Albert's father, we were right next to his cemetery, to his grave.
Right.
If it falls, it's going to crush it. What's that?
Netta said when her brother passed away in '95, he was the first African American at the cemetery on Indian Road in Moore, Oklahoma. I can believe that.
Where is that? That's
it's in Moore. Yeah, wow. I can believe that. Yeah.
Oklahoma, the whole state was actually supposed to be in our state, right? They were trying to push all the African Americans into the state of Oklahoma, and separate it between African Americans and Native Americans. So all of us were going to be there together in that state, but they seem to have other races. They seem to act like that's what I think it's their state.
That's always though. Yeah. It's what it is. Yeah. Y'all know how it is. How we live.
Oh So there were a lot of headstones that were knocked down too.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. So we need some muscle. I might start having to lift weights. So start lifting.
Yeah.
So we can help pick up some of them headstones that are falling off the graves at the grave. We had to get together and do that.
Yes. There was a few soft spots too. Remember, my mom fell into that hole.
Listen.
She stepped on a spot by my great grandfather's grave and started sinking.
Y'all.
And my mom's really tiny. She's about 4 foot something.
Let me just say this. Listen. We was gonna help Mama Agnes out that grave.
I told her she ain't gonna
if she had sunk on down in there. But when I say she was going down, baby.
She was going down.
She was going down.
And she said, I'm not ready to go yet. She said, Lonnie, grab me. I'm not ready to go yet.
Listen. It was some soft spots out there. I was like, whoa.
Yes. So the whole area was full of bodies at one time, and like a lot of the people that were buried there that didn't have headstones. Mm-hmm. So now a lot of people don't know who's in certain spots.
There are a lot of unmarked graves. Like there are a lot of like headstones with nothing, and they say nothing on them. So
and some of them actually said something at one time, but they're worn out. That's all. 17th century, 18th century. What's up?
Ivory said, absolutely. She said, y'all funny. Talking about she laughing at us working out. Listen, we gonna need some muscle to lift some of them headstones. They was huge.
Right. I got a bad back. I'm old too.
Hey, Dorothea.
I'll be 52 this year. I'm too old for this.
All right, we have to start going to CrossFit again or something. We out there deadlifting with a headstone.
I'm gonna borrow somebody else's back. I'm gonna borrow somebody else's back to get the things up.
She said her husband.
Crazy.
Oh, she said her husband. This is another again. She said her husband's side of the family. They meet up one time a year in Monroe, Louisiana, and they have everyone bring a flower for his mom and dad. And when it's done, it makes a beautiful arrangement. Nice.
Wow, that's really good. That's really good.
I'm serious. I'm gonna have to. I'm taking you up there deadlifting them stones off the ground. I'm trying to tell you.
I like that idea. I think all the captains, all the family captains, right?
Yeah.
I think if you want to be a captain for your side of the family, right? I think that part of that requirement should be that at the family reunion, you bring flowers and you bring your work gloves.
That's a good idea.
That's right. And you go to the cemetery with everybody else, and you rake leaves, you cut grass, you clean that place up, and you put down fresh flowers.
And see, because we don't have a family grave, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much everybody, they just go to pretty much the same couple of places in Lawton.
Right.
If you be buried there, you're either gonna go on Poston or you're gonna go to one of the two cemeteries. Right? Yeah, one of the two there. So yeah, I mean that's a really good idea for you guys. Everybody get together at family reunion. Whoever wants to go out there and clean up one of the days, and then that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
On that idea.
Hey Daryl. Hey Robert.
They might buy that. Yeah. Robert Gaines?
Nuh-uh. That's Daryl Gaines, his brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they might buy that idea.
I mean, just to clean it up and have it in a...
Just to clean it up.
Yeah.
I mean, we do a family reunion every year, right? Mm-hmm. Every year, since the 1900s.
Right.
And so there's no reason why we can't get together to clean that cemetery.
That's right.
Just don't make any sense.
What's going on, Lee?
So,
but yeah, I just think that's a good idea for
of course.
That type of thing. And then too, it gives family time to walk around and see where some of the ones that went on before them are.
They're talking to Byron today, right? Mm-hmm. Byron responded to the video on Facebook, and he said he didn't know.
He didn't know
that they were there.
He didn't know about the family.
No, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of our family. Ivory, do you know where the family cemetery is located at?
Hey, Tanya.
Ask Ivory. Ivory, do you know where the family cemetery is located?
I don't know if she said that. She did. Give her time to answer.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, and when I read Byron's post, I realized that he doesn't know, right? And so
she said, and get younger generations. She said, all of these young men we have in she said make a plan. Netta said make a plan for everybody to go. And obviously, no, she didn't know either.
Yeah, so it's on Fort Belvoir. If you go on Fort Belvoir, there's a commissary, and the PX is next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Across the street from the commissary and the PX is the pool. Right next to to the left of the pool is the cemetery. It's right in front of George Washington Village, and it says actually Woodlawn United Methodist Church Cemetery.
Yeah.
Everybody in there is either a Holland, a Quander, a Proctor, or a Carter.
Man, I wish we had known that yesterday, Ivory. You could have went with us.
They made it kind of complicated to get on the post because you have to have an ID card, right?
That's not.
But you just got to go to the visitor center, and sign in, and you can go.
Right.
But we're all right there.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Ivory, check out the video on my wall. We're walking through the cemetery yesterday with Mom, and we're going over all the headstones and checking things out, making sure people are where we remember them to be at.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting video. But yeah, and that's on George Washington, well, the original George Washington plantation, right? Which is now Fort Belvoir. That whole area over there where the cemetery is at now was actually slave quarters. That was where the slave quarters was located.
Right.
That's why the cemetery is there. It's kind of strange.
Hey, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on.
What I was saying.
So maybe next time, she said, but I will check it out. She said she's going to check it out.
Get this to Gretchen. Gretchen will take you there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were singing a song. What was that song?
I said, people coming in. I said, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Wow. Jesus is my doctor and writes down all my scriptures.
Wait a minute. We can never get past that part right there. What is a scripture?
It's descriptions.
Doctors don't write scriptions. They write prescriptions.
They write descriptions.
They don't.
The old mother said they write descriptions.
The old mothers have always been wrong.
It's scriptions. They write descriptions.
There's no scription.
Yeah, it is. Let me see. Ivory said. She said family history, and it's sad the younger generation is not aware of this.
Yes. So
very true, Ivory. Very
true.
Right.
You're so right. So Mr. Chase, I talked to Ronnie Chase. He's the museum curator for Gum Spring Museum.
She said, y'all. She said, go ahead, y'all. I need y'all to get home. Hey, Arisha. We trying.
We're almost there.
We getting there. We
got 2 hours and 47 minutes to go.
2:07. Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Chase, Ronnie Chase, is the museum curator for the Gum Spring Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And he said if anybody wants to see it, if the museum's closed, the number's on the door, which is so the museum is located at Saunders B. Moon Center. You just got to go look at the number on the door. If it's closed, call him and he'll come open it up. All of the history is right there. Mm-hmm. Or if you don't have time, you can go on YouTube.
True.
Look up Venus and George, and you'll find all of that history. And then you can look at also another video called Finding Quander.
Hey, Nika.
You can look at Finding Quander on there. That's on there. Mm-hmm. And then there's the one that Aunt Louise was in, mm-hmm.
which is,
what's that called? Something about Gum Spring. You could Google Gum Spring on the YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of it.
Something about Gum Spring. It'll come to me in a minute.
Does it have something Pride?
Yeah, another Pride. Gum
another
Spring.
Pride.
Yeah. So there's 3 videos right there that you can grab immediately. Finding Quander is really good. It has Cousin Roe from Daddy Albert's side of the family, because he's actually at the National Archive. He works at the National Archives in D.C. and so he's holding all the records of the family. Vincent's another good source. Vincent's a great source. Mm-hmm. Vincent actually is he runs the family tree, so he's the keeper of the tree. He knows the lineage.
Okay, we love you too, Ivory, and we will get home safely.
We will.
She got to go back to work.
Take care of little cuz for me. Yep. So there's a lot of good sources, a lot of good history information. I hope other families are doing the same thing with their family, trying to make sure everybody knows their history.
Right.
This past weekend has been
crazy.
It's been
crazy, yeah. Very.
It showed me how much we didn't know. And I thought I knew a lot, but apparently I don't know enough.
You said you don't know enough?
I don't know enough. I have no idea. Like, no one ever told me that my great-grandfather was in that cemetery.
Oh.
So there I am standing in front of his headstone, and I look down and...
You're talking about Daddy Albert's dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm standing right there in front of his headstone, and didn't even realize it was him until I looked down and read it. And I was like, wait a minute. No one told me he's here.
Yep. That's
something.
I'm saying family history is important.
It is.
It really is. You don't want to just drop off where you're at.
Yeah.
Really not know.
Yeah, and what Gretchen said about it, kind of shook to me. It made me think about it too. If you don't maintain it, and the government doesn't maintain it, eventually they're going to try to take it.
That's right.
And they'll relocate those bodies somewhere without you even knowing about it. They'll put a building on top of that cemetery.
And you'll never know it was there. Never would know.
History lost.
There you go. Yeah.
That's coyote.
That was disgusting.
I bet you when he was fresh, it was probably yummy.
No, ain't nobody eating nobody eating no coyotes. You want to do that, sir? Have at it, but I'm not.
Stir-fried noodles.
What's going on, Stacy? What's going on, Tasha?
One name or two names?
Two people.
Stacy, Tasha. It's Tasha.
No. Oh, that's not it.
So we're taking questions. Anybody have any questions?
Y'all got questions for us? We just riding. We heading back home from Virginia. So guess what? We ain't got nothing but time on our hands. So if you got questions for us, ask some questions.
We have at least 2 hours and 43 minutes of time. Yeah.
We got a lot of time. Hey, Stace.
You can ask us whatever you want to ask us. It doesn't matter. Within reason. We're open kimono. Open kimono.
I don't think there's one where kimono's open.
No. We're closed kimono, but we'll answer your questions anyway. Within reason.
Right? She said, okay, so random question.
Random question.
What is the most interesting thing that you found out about your family history?
Wow. The most interesting thing? Ooh, that's complicated.
That's Brittany.
That may not be easy for a lot of people to answer, or maybe easy for a lot of people to answer, but for me, that's really complicated. The most interesting thing I found out about our history. I found out that it takes, according to federal law, it takes 1% of Native American blood in order to receive reparations for being a Native American. And my grandmother has about 15%. And so now I've got to figure out,
that means I got
2 generations later, how much I have, so I can see how much money I can get my hands on. So I can't get my 40 acres in a mule. I might as well get whatever they owe me.
Right.
Okay, that's really a joke, but it's true. But that's okay.
But I need to go find out what percentage of that we got.
So Brittany, I'll give you a serious answer, but that is the answer. There's a monument on George Washington Plantation in Alexandria, Virginia, that's dedicated to my family. And it actually has our family's name on there. And it's basically the federal government admitting that they lied about our heritage.
Oh.
They lied about it. And then we fought them, and they did blood tests, DNA tests, and then proved that we're actually descendants of George Washington. And as a result of that, they had to put a monument on George Washington Plantation. And strangely enough, the head of concessions there is one of our family members. So we've come full circle to working back on the plantation again.
It's pretty interesting.
That's interesting.
That is.
Good question. Good question. What she said?
She said her mama's working on that. Working on theirs.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's good stuff.
What?
Be careful with Ancestry.com. It's not all what it looks like.
Right. You can always send your DNA to someone still taking questions. Ask us whatever you want.
Anybody have questions?
Not all. Cheyenne and Arapaho, you have to be a quarter.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's interesting. That's good to know.
Thank you for that bit of information there, Netta. Wow.
How much do you have?
Well, I'm not Cheyenne. We have Cherokee and Blackfoot.
Yeah.
So.
That's interesting information right there.
Hey, Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
Oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila.
So it's kind of cloudy out here.
It is. It's very cloudy. I want to know
we are close to Chattanooga. 2 hours and 38 minutes. Rolling. What's that say?
And she said, "Hi, y'all," and she started laughing.
We did get some good news while we were here about the house.
Oh yeah, we got some news at our house while we were gone this weekend. That our house back in Oklahoma has been rented out again. Thank the Lord. And it was only not rented for like a month.
Yeah,
which is great. That is like awesome. So house is rented out again. Sheila, you want to go check that out for us? See who over there? You know, Netta, we come by it. We come by it honestly. Just, you know. We try to keep it in check most times. Not really, but you know.
We're trying. We're gonna get better.
So yeah, what we're learning is too, being here, Sheila, we're learning that having tenants is, oh my gosh, that is so hard.
I used to have hair before we had tenants.
I didn't have as much gray as I have.
Wow.
But yeah, so we're always happy when we find out we get a tenant. And so this would be the second one in the big house over there. So
yeah, even the townhouse.
Thank the Lord, yeah. But that townhouse, well, this is not really an issue. I'm trying to take care of some stuff before we put that out there.
Right. You might have any questions?
Sheila said she can do that. She'll go check on the house. She'll dress like a Girl Scout.
Oh,
so they'll open the door.
Yes.
Yeah, ain't it Girl Scout cookie time too?
It is cookie time. It is cookie time.
Yes.
Oh, thin man.
Y'all, and trust me, we're not buying Girl Scout cookies. But for those of you who are still eating Girl Scout cookies and everything,
I envy you.
Listen, get some Thin Mints, put them in the freezer. Yes. Let them get hard.
Hey.
We take them out, put them in a plastic bag, crush them up, and sprinkle them over vanilla ice cream. Amazing.
Yes. That'll do something to your spirit right there.
Oh, Netta said, do you see any similarities in yourself and some of your ancestors?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So just 2 nights ago, we had a lot of the elders of the family over my sister's house, and so we're all sitting around. And my cousin said, "You look like him, and you look like him, and you look like him." And I was like, "No, I don't." And then I looked at him. I look just like my grandfather, and my uncles.
Yep.
All of them, with the exception of I've got all this hair like Moses, right? Most of them wear a goatee.
Okay.
Most of them wear goatees, but we all look the same. It's kind of crazy, right? So out of 26 kids, my mother has 5 sisters alive and 2 brothers. That's what she has remaining. And Uncle Malcolm somewhere, so I guess 3 brothers, right? So 8 children out of 26 are still here.
Yep.
So of the remaining men that are still alive, I look like them.
Right.
It's kind of crazy. And I did everything I could do to prevent having some of their health conditions. And I still got them.
Well, you know.
It's ridiculous.
Sometimes bloodlines
Blood is serious.
Yeah. But at least it's not something you can't maintain.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Everything's manageable.
Yeah.
Everything's manageable.
Not something you can't maintain. So that's the good thing.
Yes. Thank the Lord for favor.
Yeah.
So not a lot of traffic out here today.
It's not.
Tell Sheila what we're doing, so in case you want to ask questions. I mean, hold anybody back.
Yeah. So of course we're heading back to Alabama now, Sheila, on our way from Virginia. And so we're just taking questions. We've been talking about ancestry and
we can change the subject so you can ask us anything.
Yeah, you can ask us anything that you want. So if you got a random question, go ahead and ask some questions. But there is a disclaimer. Don't be trying to ask us nothing illegal because we ain't doing this up on this live now.
Holiness is still right.
Yes. So that's what's going on. So we're just yet trucking along.
You said yet trucking along.
Yet trucking along.
You can't go Old Testament in the middle of a sentence.
Brittany she said, man, the things that came up on my mom's side of the family tree is crazy. And we're finding out stuff that's a lot. Half of my family wants us to stop working on our tree and finding stuff. That's crazy.
Wow, that's interesting. Whoa, that's a lot of writing.
And to tell you the truth, it's hard for me and my cousins, my age and younger, to date or even get married because of our family. Our family is spread out so wide. Whoa.
That's good.
That's good. Tell me you may be in a relationship with one of your cousins.
Oh, that's happened in my family. Like,
yeah.
That's happened in my family. So the largest family in Northern Virginia is my family.
Ooh, Netta, you
on,
girl.
Netta. Come on, Netta.
She said some people don't even understand that some of the stuff they go through are generational curses.
You better preach.
Girl.
You better preach.
Brittany just married somebody with an Irish name.
Yes.
You gonna have to get somebody from another whole country.
Yeah. Find somebody with the last name of Quinn.
Or Jabrowski.
Yes, a ski. If you get a ski, you can't go wrong with a ski.
You good with a ski.
You can't go wrong with a ski.
But
you can't limit yourself.
You can't. But Netta, on them generational curses, my goodness.
You know what I like? People talk, when you talk about generational curses, also generational blessings too, right?
Right.
Oh, so it goes both ways.
That's true. That's true. Man.
Yes. But you can break a generational curse.
That's right.
And somebody's got to do it, right? But you got to sever it at the root.
At the root.
That's the big issue. You got to find out the root cause of a generational curse. Mm-hmm. It could be an illegal contract that was made with a family member several generations before you, and you've got to sever that tie in order to release the rest of the family from that generational curse. The problem is it's not taught.
That's right.
You're not going to find a pastor to teach that.
You're right about it. Not too many of them.
Not too many.
Nope. How would you sever?
How do you sever that tie?
Yeah.
You have to first identify what it was.
What it was. Okay. Got it.
First identify what it was. You have to call it out. You have to ask God to release you from that contract.
Right.
Release your family from that contract. But you first have to identify what it was. Everybody thinks that there's no way that the enemy can come in. He come in and take control of my body because I pray all the time and I'm in church all the time and I'm fasting. But there's other ways.
That's right.
You might be standing in the doorway, but there's other ways that the enemy can get in.
That's true.
You got to close off all access.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, poor Brittany. She said they have Irish on her mom's side of the family.
Oh, Brittany, you got to go to Japan. Go to Tokyo.
Don't go to China.
No, don't get you a lead because the lead might have corona.
Don't do it. Do not. If it's Wuhan, if the last name is Wuhan,
no Wuhan.
Don't do it.
No Wu-Tang, no Wutan, no Wuhan, no, none of that.
Don't do it.
Nope. Ask them if they live near a fish market. Live near a fish market?
It's a no. Netta said you got to know your history about the curse, and a lot of older people take stuff to their grave.
You better know it. You better.
Girl.
Know it. That's the problem.
Yes,
and that's
because
the problem.
because they were taking stuff to the grave, stuff that people didn't even know about. You are, oh my God,
That's the problem. That's the problem. Ooh, that's it right there.
Oh, doesn't somebody have a book?
Yeah.
That you've been reading about that?
Yeah.
The generational curses?
Secrets of Deliverance by Alexandra Pagani. The Secrets of Deliverance. One of the best books I've ever read on deliverance ministry.
Talks about generational curses, and Eckert didn't have one.
John Eckert has several books. Yeah, he does. He talks about generational curses. I think he has a book entitled Generational Curses.
Okay.
But Pagani talks about how to sever generational curses, how to identify what's holding the family back, and how to deal with it, which is really great. And he uses Solomon's temple as an example. I love that, right? Because he talks about how God had to show Solomon the hole in the wall, right? Mm-hmm. And if he had shown him the hole in the wall, then he would have missed it.
Right.
Interesting stuff.
And then, a lot of things, me and Darren have been dealing a lot with, and praying a lot about word curses.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just things that people speak over you, and trust me, they don't have to be in your presence to speak something over your life either.
That's right.
So, we've been dealing with how, with breaking word curses, things that have been spoken over us, whether it be generational, whether it's right now here in the present. That's one of the things that we've been dealing with, because word curses are real. People will try to speak things on your life and into your life that
what's an example?
Shouldn't. Good example of word curses. A word curse is something as simple as telling a child you ain't never gonna be nothing. That easy. You've spoken into that child's life.
Some people say this, things like this. No man is going to ever be any good, or men are dogs.
Yeah.
Really?
Those are word curses you're speaking over,
And especially if there's a young child
in the present.
Right. So
especially if a young man or a little boy in that present. So you have to be careful. We're learning that words, oh my goodness, words have power.
Life and death is in the
power of the tongue. So words have power. So that's another thing that we're dealing with. We're dealing with and learning how to pray against, and learning where to get to the root cause of it and break it.
Say stuff like, you ain't never gonna amount to nothing.
Right. Yeah, just simple things. Brittany says she'll tell her sister to find her a Japanese man while she over there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brittany. Work it out.
And find out what his family tree is too. See if he goes back to the Shaolin.
Right.
Yes. There's a lot of them mixed with the Wu-Tang.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe Corona in a sneaky way.
You've been told what, Brittany? Hey, Francisco.
What Brittany said? She been told?
Yeah, she said, I've been told that. I'm trying to figure out what she's talking about before you speak on it. I don't want to speak on the wrong thing.
Right. Brittany, did you sing a solo today?
We're just waiting on your answer, Brittany.
So, if you want to tell Francisco what's going on.
So, Francisco, words are one of our biggest weapons. You are so right, Netta. You are so right. Yes. Hey, Francisco, we know you're just joining us. We've been talking about our weekend in Virginia, and it was more than a week, a little bit over a weekend. We went on Wednesday, but and learning about your family history and different things like that. And then we're just taking questions, whatever questions that you have for us. Right now we're talking about generational curses and word curses that, people tend to speak over our lives sometimes, and how we have to learn how to battle against that in the spirit.
Right.
Y'all don't go out there fighting and trying to, we got to battle this with the Lord, okay?
That's right. I like what she said, what Netta said. The last comment?
The words are our biggest weapons. They are.
And we can use those weapons in an offensive or defensive way, right?
That's right.
So we can also speak positive things into the atmosphere.
That's right.
Over a person, right? You're blessed. Your future is going to be blessed. You're prophesying, right? I'm speaking into your future, right?
Yes.
And what's awesome about that is, God is in the future. and that therefore He can guide our steps. Right? We look at us in the present, and so we're speaking to God in the future, and He's directing the path to get you there.
That's right. I think, you know, I think a lot of times we spend so much of our lives on the defensive that we forget that there's also an offensive.
Right.
So we have
That's
to learn, you know, learning how to not be on the defensive 24/7. That's a hard thing. But, you know, when you have God in your life, then it makes it more easy because He's the one fighting your battle.
That's
for
right.
you.
That's real good. But Jesus said, greater works will you do in the earth. Right?
Brittany said that she was told that she wouldn't be anything because she's just her dad. We bind that in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
You cast that down. That's not true. That is not what the Bible says. The Bible says that we are more than conquerors.
That's right. So, you are a royal priesthood.
Yeah, that's right. And yes, that I mean, these things, you know, people say this stuff, and you know, sometimes
they say it because they hate you.
They say it out of hate. Sometimes it's out of jealousy or whatever. Wherever it's coming from, it's not of God. So that's not how we should be speaking, even of ourselves, because sometimes we can speak those same things. We can speak those same things on ourselves because we're not at a place where I think we should be, or we're trying to mimic our lives after somebody else. No, just be who you are, where you are at, and let God deal with you where you are.
That's right.
And that's how you grow. Sometimes everybody doesn't grow at the same pace.
That's right.
Trust me, look, I was in school. Girl, y'all, who could not stand math? Geometry is me.
Say it again, man.
Who math after geometry is me.
Say it one more time for the Trinity.
Who could not stand math after geometry was me. And who learned anything that had to do with math at a slower pace than everybody else was me. Couldn't stand it. And that's just an example of, I still graduated from school. I still graduated with great grades. So, I mean, what? We all grow at a different pace. We're all at different stages in our life. And we shouldn't be speaking negativity over our life. And anytime anybody else speaks negativity over our life, we need to cast that down.
That's right. Even spiritually, we develop spiritually at different speeds too, right? Mm-hmm. Everything happens in God's season. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we get in a rush to get to a certain place, right? And we're like, you know, we push ourselves, and we're doing everything we can do in order to get where we want to be. But it may not be where God wants us to be. And what I recently found out, you know, over the last couple of years is that, you know, you may be being hid for a reason in order for you to develop where you are. So that when your season comes and God to be, you're ready.
That's right. Bixby, we're not trying to use you anyway. Go to sleep. Words are they're powerful, like Netta said earlier. They're very powerful. And
Netta, that's deep.
Girl, you trying to take us to church up in here?
You shout in the car?
She said, you know better, you do better.
Oh, yep, that's right.
And she said, I failed human physiology. Listen, it is what it is.
Yep.
But you're still blessed.
That's right.
And you're still doing good.
That's right.
So, hey, listen, statistics took me out, so.
That's good. That's real good.
So, yeah, you know.
Oh, Brittany. What Brittany was saying. Brittany, just like we can see the enemy, and we're on assignment for God.
Yes.
There's some people that are on assignment, but from the enemy. He has tasked certain people to do certain things to interfere with your future. And if you allow it to happen, if you don't come against it, if you don't bind it, then they have succeeded.
That's right.
So some people are on assignment just to destroy your future. That's right. The enemy can't have anything but your time.
So just like, what did you say, the enemy, just like they can see.
Just like you can see them.
The enemy can see you. There you go. She said, no, y'all taking us to church.
Just like God knew you in the womb, so did the enemy.
He knew what your impact on the world was going to be.
Right, because they're in the spirit realm, looking at you in the physical.
That's right. That's good. That's good. That's good.
That wasn't me.
That's it. Generational curses.
That's right.
Thank you, Netta, for bringing that up.
God gets the glory.
That's right. That's one of the things that, you know, a lot of people, I wish we all could just see that. My mom always says that when people come against you, it's not the people. Right. It's the spirit using them. So when we get to the point where we can understand that it's the spirit.
Yeah. And it's hard too.
Using that person. Yeah, because we live in these fleshly bodies. Yeah. And child, we be wanting to snap back. But I know we can't, but
I'm the king of clapback.
You know what? I'm not dealing with you today. But yeah, that's one of the things. It's hard. We living in these bodies, and it's hard to a lot of times see things in the spirit because we're not in the spirit. We're in the flesh more than we are in the spirit.
That's right.
And you know, you have to.
Some people say they're in the spirit all the time.
No, they're not. And if Jesus come back today, he gonna that they're not.
Makes you wonder what kind of spirit they in all the time.
Because I'm just saying,
you better say
it ain't with the Lord. I just need you to know the Lord ain't in it.
Nope.
But yeah, so you know, you just have to. It's not even a day by day walk with Christ. It's a second by second. Second by second. I would say it's a thin line between love and hate. That's right. Just like it's a thin line between your salvation and where you came from.
That's right.
Very thin.
That's
line.
why Paul said he died
daily.
Gotta kill your flesh. Sacrifice
every day.
Every day.
That's right. So yeah. Trucking along, you just stand up strong. Lead.
Say it again.
That's right. Hey, Cassandra.
You can say that 3 times for the Trinity.
You're right. Say it again for the people in the back. I don't think they heard you.
That's good.
Yeah, we are yet trucking along on this highway.
Yeah. For the people that just joined us, we have a disclaimer.
We're up here taking questions, and we're just talking about some little things, anything that you want to talk about. We're here to share. We're here to talk about it. But there is a disclaimer. So don't be trying to ask us nothing illegal or getting us to do anything illegal on this live, because we ain't going there, all right?
Holiness is still right.
Hey, Sister Richardson.
Sister Richardson, Oklahoma City? Hey, First Lady.
Brittany said she agreed. She said, I make them mad by saying that I'm blessed by God. I know that's real, Brittany. And there's nothing they can do about it. I know that's real.
Yeah.
She said, never said she got her blessed oil in her purse.
Girl, you better know it. My office be wondering why that seat sliding.
Look, and she said a bottle with my mustard seeds in it to remind her. I know that's real.
They be in my building, they be wondering what happened to that seat. Why that seat all wet? I be coming in the morning before you get to work on time, and I want to know what you see.
Listen, I had before we left Fort Sill, I had a supervisor at the other job that came up. The enemy used her to come against me so bad. I don't know how she didn't know every day why she had grease mark handprints on the back of her seat in her office and on her doorknob. Because I was like, you know what?
That's right.
We can't do this.
Yeah.
We cannot do
Put
this.
a boundary around this thing right now.
Right. Cannot. We can't live like this, and I refuse to live like that. And thank God he blessed and he moved in that situation, and I was removed from that situation. I thank the Lord for it. But yep, I'm with you with the blessed oil and carrying it in your purse and stuff, because
he's always got our best interests in mind.
Right, and you don't know what kind of devil you're gonna encounter on a day-to-day basis.
That's right.
You never know.
You never know what's using people.
You right about that. You are so right about that.
Anybody have any questions? Come on with it.
Come on. in the room.
Oh,
Come on in the room. Well, Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all my scripts.
Stop. You can't say that. It's not scriptions. It's scripture.
I didn't even say scriptions.
What'd you say?
I said scriptures.
First of all, what? Jesus ain't writing down nothing. He's not writing down scriptures.
It's scriptures.
No, it's not.
It is.
If he's got to be a doctor, he can write a
You
prescription.
better ask some old mothers.
See, that's the problem.
Brittany said she got her blessed oil in her room, in my car, and at work. I know that's real.
Whitney, do you anoint your office and your workplace? Do you anoint that place?
Yes.
You know how everybody always says, what's in you will come out?
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then I let it come out on purpose.
Right.
Sometimes you got to make sure they know that, oops, give them the oops look afterwards, right? Just be like, in the name of Jesus. Oh, sorry. I do that sometimes.
So there was a discussion, as government employees, we're really not supposed to talk about, politics and that type of deal in the office. Well, one day somebody asked me about, this current 45, we just refer to him as 45, in the office right now. And they said something, how can he just sit up there and lie about whatever. So me, being who I am, I said, well, the Bible says,
right,
all liars. And I left it at that. One of the other employees.
Did you finish it?
No, he was offended. He was like, hold up now, hold up. I was like, okay, hold up.
Wait a minute. The devil is a liar, right?
Right, he is.
45's a liar, right?
Yes.
Well, what's the problem?
Support us.
Oh.
And Brittany said, yes, she does every morning.
Good.
Netta said she told the supervisor that she a child of God, and the reason she still has a job. Woo! That's good. That's real good.
I have said spawn of Satan in the workplace before. I'm talking about a supervisor who was out of control.
Yes.
I just said spawn of Satan and gave him the oops look. Like I didn't mean to say it, but I never said I didn't mean to say it. It just,
Hey, Susan. But yeah, you just joining us, Susan. Of course, we taking questions, answers. Right now, we're talking about generational curses, word curses. We talking about the Bible. We talking about the scripture. Talking about things that happen in the workplace that we know. Some things are just not of God that happen to us in the workplace or just going along through our daily lives. Yeah. So if you got any questions, go ahead and ask those questions. We don't care what it is, but disclaimer. So don't be trying to make us do anything illegal up on this channel or ask any illegal questions, because we ain't doing that up in here, okay?
And holiness is still right.
Right. All right. So we just, we just hanging out on this ride back to Alabama.
We got 2 hours and 12 minutes.
2 hours and 12 minutes out.
Yes.
On this thing.
We've been on here for a while.
Ooh, we've been on here for an hour and 4 minutes, baby.
Come on, y'all. Y'all all right. Y'all always gonna be good with me.
Y'all helping us finish up this drive a little bit.
Come on.
Woo.
What questions y'all have? Anybody have any questions? You wonder why my hair is so long? I mean, which one though? My hair is long. No, it's long. We gotta watch her.
Listen, y'all, we out here in Tennessee. Are we in Chattanooga?
We're past Chattanooga.
No, you say Chattanooga right there.
Oh, yeah. about 25 miles. Or 40 kilometers.
Oh, we using kilometers now.
Oh. So we European today.
Right.
Brittany, you could find you a German. Get you a Hans.
Brittany? Uh-oh, there go Benitris again. Hey, Benitris, somebody went to school with.
Oh.
Hey, Benitris.
Hey, Benitris. Benitris, welcome. Why don't you just come on
in the room? Come on in the room. Well, Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all my scriptures.
Stop. He doesn't write. You can't do that. You can't do that. He doesn't write down scriptures. Jesus doesn't write scriptures.
Susan says she had okay, hold on. Yes, what hair growth oil do you use?
I use Black Magic.
Yeah.
Black Magic.
She said, Brittany said your hair's so long and nice.
I know. I look like Moses if you catch me at the right angle.
What Sister Richardson said, I know the Bible's right, somebody's wrong. And Susan says she has a book called Breaking Generational Curses and Pulling Down Strongholds by Vito Is it Rayo or Rallo? And
that's good.
That's real good.
Let me recommend a book for you that talks about generational curses too. It's called Prophetically Speaking. It's written by this author named Darren Carter.
Yeah, he just threw that out there, guys. You can find his book.
Shameless.
You can find his book on Amazon. He has several. And Brittany said, how are we enjoying our Bama life? Well, she said Bama life.
Interesting. So, funny you should ask that. We've been getting asked that all weekend.
Yeah, we have been getting asked that all weekend. And actually, Alabama is not that bad, especially where we are in the Huntsville, Madison area. Right. It's not bad at all.
No.
Listen, I don't really have any complaints. We're very close to the beach.
Yep. That's
where it's
number 10.
Yeah, right. So I can't wait until sometime next month because the beaches will be open.
Right. Gulf Shores.
And I can't. Yes. Gulf Shores. I mean, so we're really close. We're like 4.5 hours from Pensacola, Mobile, 5 hours,
right.
Gulf Shores. All of them are pretty much about the same thing. Fort Walton Beach, Destin. We're pretty close to all of those places. So I enjoy it. There's you can find stuff to do. We like getting out in nature. So they have places where you can hike and walk and run and exercise outside. Because we've been back and forth at home a lot more. Hopefully this summer we'll get to spend a lot more time here and doing some of the things here on the weekends and whatever, just to get away and
if you like fruit, come down and hang out in our backyard.
Yeah, we have a couple of pear trees and a peach tree and an apple tree in our backyard. So that's it's just pretty nice. But we're actually enjoying it. We don't get us wrong. We do miss home. We miss our house.
We've got a good church. Oh man, we got a good church.
Yeah, we have a great church.
Yeah, we go to Greater Harvest Church of God in Christ under the direction of Superintendent Freeman.
Yes. And so yes, we're enjoying it though.
Yeah,
we are, Brittany. We really are.
Yeah.
So
it's just the good news about the whole situation is that we're 10 hours to Oklahoma, we're 10 hours to Washington, Virginia, where my family's at in Alexandria. So either way we go, we can be there in 10 hours.
10 hours.
And you know what? We'd rather drive than fly because of Corona and things like that. And plus we can carry as much stuff as we want to carry.
Right. And Netta, I'm with you. We're Fort Walton Beach and Destin are on our to-do list this summer.
Right.
Like
we spent a lot of time at Pensacola.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time at Pensacola this past summer. But those beaches are on our list of things to do.
Yeah, my cousin actually works in Panama City.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie.
Panama City. Yep. So we're ready to go to any of those places. I love the beach. I don't know about anybody else, but I love the beach.
Y'all wanna kick it? Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Come down and see us. Let me see. Susan says she lives in Maryland and she loves the East Coast.
What part of Maryland? I'm from Alexandria, Virginia. I know all about
Yes,
Maryland.
it is, Netta. She said that's a fruit bowl. We're talking about the peaches.
Yes,
So.
yes. When we first moved in, it was harvest. And we were like, what are we going to do with all these pears? And so we
Right.
just started eating them off the tree, picking them fresh, rinsing them off, boom. Oh.
Yep. So they should get ready to start blooming pretty soon, in about a month or so.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting. Interesting.
That's it.
That was just that's about the fruit bowl.
Yep.
And, things. What else y'all got?
What other questions? Come on.
Just got to go to a ticker box.
All right. You gotta get some gas anyway.
Overshare, y'all. Sorry.
You get some gas anyway.
Yeah.
You can actually stop right up in here somewhere. I'm sure there's a gas station down there.
Yeah, I think
Should have went that way.
Yeah. So I think we missed it.
It's right there. Hey, BP.
She said, Brittany said, hey, Melissa.
Hey, Melissa. War Eagle.
She lives in Leesburg.
Leesburg. Yeah,
What?
Maryland.
She was just in Leesburg.
Leesburg, Maryland. That
And
must be Southern
now
Maryland,
she
right?
said now she lives in, is that Imesville? Somewhere north of DC.
Okay.
She works in Rockville.
Rockville. I know where Rockville's at.
Okay.
Yep. There's a Fleet Beat in Rockville. That's the one where Keanu is in charge of that one.
And Brittany talking about she talking about drive as much as possible because that corona ain't friendly. Right.
Not doing that. Hey, Brittany, don't you marry nobody from over there? Because I'm not coming to the wedding.
Listen, I'm gonna go back to my somber voice.
Not until they get cleaned up.
Brittany, we not doing corona.
That's what I said.
I just need you to know.
No corona, no Ebola, no none of that stuff.
We're not doing it. So,
If it sounds too funny, I don't want to be bothered with it. That's too much work.
like Darren said, Hans Jaboski,
Yes, Jaboski.
Rolinski.
You can have pumice fries and Huxon at the reception.
I'm just saying. You know what's up.
Right.
Not doing it.
Mm-mm.
So yeah. Oh, y'all, we starting to get some sun.
I know what's going on.
Listen, I don't care what's going on. I'm happy. I was tired of the clouds. I wanted them to go away.
Some gas on this exit.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know if it is, but I don't see nothing. Well,
I don't see nothing either.
yeah, I don't see anything. I think it's further up the way. I mean, it might be, but it's down up around a corner somewhere off in the. Y'all ever be riding and then you see like a gas station sign, and then you get off on that exit and you got to drive around off into some
50
little
miles
town
away.
off in the woods somewhere.
Right.
And you looking for the gas station, and it's like only one pump. Well, hold up. How about what this happened to us earlier today? We get off on this exit. It says gas station, so we look around the corner where the gas station. Where you going, babe? Where the gas station should be. And when I tell y'all, it was first of all, the gas station was no longer there.
Nope.
So we were like, the sign said that there was a hotel. We get to a hotel. We looking at the hotel. It's about abandoned as all get out.
Condemned.
Something else, yeah. And then there was another building that I guess was supposed to be a restaurant. Windows busted out. I'm like, why do y'all still have these signs up here?
Like, I'm suddenly not hungry.
Why do y'all still have these signs?
Like,
So then I said, oh, well, babe, there's a visitor center that's right up at the top of this hill.
Let's go.
So we go up there to the visitor, go to the visitor center. Hey, Uncle Lawrence. We go to the visitor center. Y'all, when we get to the visitor center, how's it gonna be closed?
Right. It's an unwelcome center.
Right. Very unwelcome. Because number one, it was in a trailer.
Right. And deer everywhere around this place.
Y'all.
I seen Bambi's cousin, Bambi's uncle. They were all there.
We stayed in the car
really
because I promise I feel like it was a setup.
It was
that day. Hi, Sister Johnson. I feel like it was a setup, and they was trying to get us.
They were trying to get us.
I was like, no.
They were trying to get us.
They was trying to get us. I'm like, how you gonna have all these signs with all these condemned buildings right down to a gas station that ain't there no more?
Totally ridiculous. Lies.
And then, y'all, I'm not with them. I'm not fooling with the people because they be doing the most.
Totally crazy.
In these little bitty towns. So we just kept on trucking. I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna have to hold it a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Cause I did. Cause I was not having it. Just let me tell you.
No,
I'm playing around with these people.
Sneaky.
Real sneaky.
Ridiculous.
Doing the most. They crazy. Brittany said, well, prepare for some rain tonight or tomorrow. It rained here all this morning.
Couldn't y'all keep it over there with you?
No, because we get the opposite. When it's raining there, it be sunny here. When it's sunny there, it be raining here. I don't care whether it's snowing there or not. We still ain't getting no snow. So
that's true. That's very true. That's very true. Hey, Brittany, we're sending it back to you because we don't want it. We've had enough rain for 1 year.
You should get Uncle, you talking about this? Uncle Lawrence, are you talking about the city that we went through? I have no idea.
Oh, it was you lost Virginia.
There you go, because it was somewhere off in Virginia. Hey, Diamond, it was somewhere off in Virginia, and I'm like, y'all.
It was good luck figuring this out in Virginia.
Y'all.
The gas station attendant had coveralls.
Hey, Janie.
The gas station attendant had coveralls, and we're like, do they even make those anymore? They don't sell coveralls anymore. So, like, if you got coveralls, you must have had them since the 70s because they don't sell them anymore.
So we did finally find a restroom.
Yeah.
And so it was at a McDonald's. So we get to this McDonald's, y'all.
2 floors high.
I go into the McDonald's, and I'm in the bathroom. Mind y'all, it is none of us in there, okay? None. So I'm in the bathroom, and it's one of those bathrooms that has one stall. I'm like used to this, so it's not a big deal. You know, some places you go, they got 2. Some have 1. Some have 800. I don't know. But this one only had 1. So I come out the
how many stalls you get in the bathroom?
Listen, I don't know.
That's an amazing job. I like to be the guy that tells everybody how many stalls you can have in your bathroom.
Exactly. So anyway, so I go in there, and when I go in, there's an older person of persuasion, persuasion that comes out. She looks at me and she says, we're gonna have to get they're gonna have to get more than one bathroom in here.
She should have said, well, I never.
So I was like, I just looked at her and smiled. I was like, okay. So then when I'm coming out, there's another older woman of persuasion. She's coming in. She looks at me and she gives me this smile right here. And so I was like, and so she comes back and says, they need to get more bathrooms in here. So I'm convinced, y'all, that she didn't want to use the bathroom after me because I'm black. Can somebody, can somebody feel me on this?
She want to get back.
I don't know.
She want to get your skin, black juice skin.
I don't know. Girl, melanin is beautiful. I don't know why she didn't want that. But I was really confused because I was like, well, that's twice now today. I don't know. So I was really confused.
Did you say watermelon?
No, I didn't.
What'd you say?
No.
Oh, you said melanin.
Melanin is melanin is very amazing. So I was really confused. So that was twice. That was twice within a 5-minute time span, y'all. I'm like, listen, these backwoods of Virginia, I'm not fooling with them.
There's some strange places in Virginia.
I'm not.
So we came down right between West Virginia on one side and Northern Virginia on the side. Really, Eastern Virginia on the other side. And it's
we be going through
amazing.
it, child, on these travels. Thank you, Veranda. We be going through with these folks, but you know, we wouldn't have it any other way.
Right.
That's right, sister. Sister Johnson, no. Because I'm telling you, you got all these, how you gonna have all these things shut down, and then we finally find a little bathroom to go to, and then y'all gonna tell us we can't go to the bathroom, and then I get to the bathroom, and the woman talking about, we need another stall. Excuse me?
How you gonna have a McDonald's that's 2 floors high, and you only got 1 stall?
Explain it. Hey, Jerry.
I'm telling you, I would love to be the person that actually goes around and tells everybody how many stalls you could have in the bathroom.
That might be a lucrative business.
It would be. I really gotta go.
You will not have 1 bathroom in here. You will have 5.
No, I'd say you gotta share a toilet.
That's disgusting.
With
Darren.
2 toilet bowls attached to each other.
Darren, now that's really shocking. Because first of all, I'm not sitting on a public toilet anyway. That's just disgusting. So I'm not sitting next to anyone. And well, see, that's all fine and dandy until you got to share a urinal.
That's not even funny.
But yeah, so right now we're at a stop and about to get a little bit of gas. We'll probably get back on here in a little bit, possibly.
We're 2 hours out.
We're 2 hours out. Thank
Straight
y'all
up.
for talking
Straight
to
up.
us.
Straight
Thank
up.
you. But yeah, so we come back on. We still open for questions. Anything you got to ask us, just let us know. But just know, don't be asking us nothing illegal or trying to get us to do anything illegal, because we ain't doing that on this live, okay?
That's right. Holiness is still right.
That's right.
My hair will be longer like when you see me later.
Well, we'll check y'all out in a little bit. Holla.